Hello YouTube and welcome to the fourth tutorial on Solr. In this tutorial, like the previous one, tutorial 3, we are going to show you how you can index some documents using Solr. But instead of JSON documents that we tried to index in our last tutorial, we are going to index some data or documents that are in CSV or comma separated value format. So to start with, you have to first ensure that your Solr is up and running. So in order to do that, you just type in the command java-jar start.jar and Solr is now going to start. We're getting some information on the screen on our command line interface. And you have to wait until Solr is up and running. So when it's up and running, at that point, it's a good practice that we have mentioned in our previous tutorials that first check it with the localhost 8983 port whether your Solr is up and running or not. So here you can see we're having the user interface, the Solr admin panel. So our Solr is running in the system. Now, just like the previous tutorial, we are going to use the curl statement, and in this curl statement I have written something that are in the format of CSV or comma separated values. If you can remember that in our last tutorial we have inserted book 1 as the ID of our document using some JSON data, but this time we are trying to send CSV formatted data to Solr and request Solr to index them for us. Now, in this particular example, you can see that again we are using the curl statement here, and then we are sending some URL to Solr, where we are saying that the content type is this time text formatted, but in particular the data is in CSV format. The next line contains the fields of these data that we are trying to send to Solr, and the fields are ID, category, publication year, which is an integer, and title, author, series, which is a string, and sequence, which is also an integer. And following that line we have the fields book 2, fantasy, 1996, a Game of Thrones, and so on. And this time we are sending 8 books with IDs book 2 to book 9. And now let's see what happens if we type in this particular example on our command line interface. So I open up another command line interface and I'm trying to clear the screen first so that everything is nice and visible. So when it's cleared, then we're going to paste that command. So if you cannot catch up with this particular command, this command can be found in the description of this video. So if we press enter, at that point you can see that Solr has sent us some details about what really happened. Now when it's done, then it's good for us that we go to Solr and see what really happens. Now in our last tutorial we have seen that if we send Solr a command like get something which has the ID equal to book 2, it gave us some null document because book 2 was not indexed by Solr at that point. But this time if we send the same query that give us the data or information that has ID equal to book 2 and press enter on the command line interface using curl statement, at that point you can see that as now we have sent book 2 to Solr and requested it to index for us, Solr has now given us the information that we provided to Solr. So in a similar way, And this time we're trying to go for some very interesting query, like uh, this time we're going to go for some complex query. And the query will be like this one. So I'm zooming in. That we're sending Solr a query like give us the title of the books that contain black in it. And only the fields author and title should be provided to us. So if we just copy this particular line and paste it on our web browser, then you can see that Solr has found in particular two data or information that we just sent to Solr, and those information contains black in the title of the books that we sent to Solr, and you can see that it is only showing the title and the author field of the data, because that's what we try to get from Solr, because in the field label we told Solr that give us just the author and title name. So it can be seen as a SQL statement like select author and title from the entries that we provided to Solr, and where the title contains black. So in this way, this particular tutorial shows you how to index data that are in CSV format and how to query them, and also it shows you, demonstrates you how to get some particular field names rather than the entire data associated with a particular query. I hope that helps, and I'll be back with more tutorials. If you are benefited with these tutorials, please press like. If you want to get more updates from Tech Tutorials channel, then please subscribe, share as you like. Thank you very much.